Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're covering my final Ultra League sets in GBL. So my team is Giratina-Altered, which I lead with, and I have Cresselia, Psycho Cut, and Best Buddy Clefable in the back. So again, this team, if you catch a Gyarados lead like this, it's spend one shield, it's a positive matchup. Crunch is going to hurt, but you spend one shield, the Dragon Claw lands, you can Dragon Breath down. So now you have a lot of energy, you're at a shield deficit, but with a lot of energy, Giratina can do a lot of damage. There's a reason it's ranked towards the top. And again, just throw the Dragon Claws, get the first shield off of Venusaur, and then just a little bit more chip. That's all it is. I'm okay now at this stage. Venusaur being at about 55-60% health, even shields. It's a good scenario for me. So I can come in with my Cresselia. I have a Aurora Beam on it because I ran out of TMs. Eventually that will become future sight. Just not right now. So again, in comes Charizard, and basically because I don't want Venusaur lined up in the back with my Clefable, I bring it in. I have a feeling that was Dragon Claw. Don't shield again. Don't shield here. Second Dragon Claw. So my opponent here is really trying to get this last shield out of me, and gets the point. I can get this Moonblast off on Charizard. This is the real strength of Clefable. Charm's going to chunk, but you also have the option of good Steel type move, Meteor Mash for fairies, or Moonblast, which is a strong fairy type move, plus has the chance of the attack debuff. So again, I let Venusaur spend his energy, and then come back in with Cresselia and throw my Moonblast. Again, gets the shield, and at this point you could probably farm down with Psycho Cut while spending your shield, but I mean, you're better to be safe than sorry in GBL. And as soon as I get the Moonblast, I throw it. That'll tidy up this game. Big problem with this team is it is very weak to Steel. But again, there's a few clips throughout these two sets that I'm going to show today where I came up against Steel and kind of used the team to play around with it. We'll cover them as we get to them, I suppose. So this time you get Giratina into a Poliwrath lead. So Poliwrath generally seen as a Giratina counter. But again, with Dragon Breath, Giratina can just tear through anything with shields, which is why it's so good as a lead. Again, take the first edge punch, throw the Dragon Claw. And farm away. Another ice punch here. So I decide this one that I'm going to shield. Just to keep as much health on Giratina as I can at the moment. Especially after them shielding a Dragon Claw. So I eat the next ice punch, throw another Dragon Claw. And at this point I'm just committing to a farm. After I get this Dragon Claw through. And I mean, I grab the second shield and they swap into Cresselia, which is perfect for me. And I try to time it to catch the Moonblast. Doesn't quite work, so I throw up the shield, take the Moonblast, and then go for the Shadow Sneak. So I get the Shadow Sneak off, and then I also get to a Dragon Claw to 4 point down, right on my opponent's my opponent's Moonblast. At that point I was just hitting Dragon Claw to get as much damage off as I could. And at this point then I come in and mirror Cresselia. And I'm okay being that one Psycho Cut behind. Hoping that I don't get the debuff. I don't. Had the switch window open just in case. Farm up a little bit more energy and throw the Moonblast to KO to get close to KO into Cresselia. And then I just swap in, trying to charm it down. Unfortunately, they just got to the Moonblast before they went down. But with no attack drop on Clefable, I'm not really too bothered with it. So in comes Swampert. At this point I know one Hydro Cannon is going to come close to KOing me. If it doesn't already. So yeah, survived just about. And at this point, I know I can go for the Moonblast and the sack swap. Very nice swap indeed. Get rid of the Polyrat, but again, it just means that while Swampert gets a lot of energy, it is very low health, and Cresselia is dummy thick and can take as many Earthquakes as Swampert wants to throw. And at this point, I'll get to the Moonblast before the second Earthquake that would KO, and take this game. Again, just a quick check as to where I was in my set at that point. Again, these games are done in the 2240s, and the second set is done in the 2270s. I haven't really been playing too much GBL, to be honest. Ultra League isn't exactly something that I enjoy. But again, an Napoleon lead here, and I know, it's a steel type. We're going Shadow Sneak, and Dragon Breath, even though it's resisted, is just chipping away so much at Napoleon. At this point, I know Napoleon could be at a blizzard. It's worth the shield. Throw the Dragon Claw this time. Let's try to bait out the shield. I get it. Have my switch window open, and swap into Clefable. I know I'm going to have to take a Hydro Cannon here, and I'm okay with that because I know I can be able to charm down, and just again can't get the charm down, and I use the shield here on the second Hydro Cannon. So I'm down a shield, but again, a lot of energy on Giratina in the back, and I'm able to get to the Meteor Mash, which will take the last shield from Togekiss, or will KO the Togekiss. In this case, it'll take the shield. At this point, I have to come in with Cresselia. There's no point coming in Giratina into it. So Togekiss swaps out, trying to keep the matchup in the back with the Giratina, but my window's up. I can bring in Giratina loaded with energy. So the first Dragon Claw. And at this point, I'm almost hoping that when I get hit with this Dragon Claw, I'm lower, which I'm not. Which gives Togekiss one charm worth. I can't even get the Dragon Claw off. And that one charm worth extra energy. Togekiss goes Flamethrower. I go for the Aura Beam. I mean, maybe it works out in this scenario that it's Aura Beam over. Let's see. Yeah, just about. Maybe Future Sight KOs from there. I'm not sure, to be honest. But again, that would be Future Sight once I can muster up the TMs, and I don't need them for myself. So, moving into the next game of the set. And we get a Mirror Giratina. So at this point, as I'm going through, the first time I'll always go for Dragon Claw just to try test the CMP. And because I have a low attack Giratina, high bulk, then generally I will lose CMPs. So at this point, I can see that the bulk is not making much of a difference in our matchup. So I throw up the shield, and I'm slightly ahead on health. So I farm down. I mean, I finished with 1 HP, but these are decisions you have to make in the middle of the game, looking at health bars. Throw the Shadow Sneak into the incoming Venusaur. Okay. So completely blind, just threw the Shadow Sneak, just in case it was a fairy coming in. And then Cresselia comes in, and I swap Clefable into me to Swampert that counter switches to Cresselia. Again, it's just keeping Clefable away from Venusaur in the back. It's not necessarily that I want my Clefable lined up with Swampert all the time. I just don't want it lined up with Venusaur. So again, even though I use my shield, Swampert is low. And the only thing is, being down to 2 shields at this point is probably a little bit too much for Cress. But never give up. Keep trying. Swampert goes Hydro Cannon. I mean, swap in Venusaur, and at this point I'm trying to see will they be smart and expect a Moonblast and not shield, but they put up the shield and catch the Aura Beam. If they're trying to be too smart, they get slapped with the Ice move and change vary ever so slightly, but not really much. Moonblast should get the second shield. They get the attack drop, but it's too little too late. My only play was that Aura Beam, or what would be Future Sight, just to land with no shield. So yeah, that means mismanaging my energy and stuff, and that one cost me, but Team Comp 2. They got the swap at the right time. So moving into the next game in the set, let me get an Escav lead. So again, another Steel type. Again, not ideal for any Dragon Breath user. And at this point, I'm happy to play this out to match their shields. Drill Run will do a nice chunk, but Dragon Breath will also chip away in between. Counter is going to be heavily resisted as I'm a Dragon and Ghost type. Again, you can see all the damage it's done. In comes a load of muck. And at this point, I'm just like, a load of muck. Interesting. Try and swap Clefable in to catch the Dark Pulse. Realise I'm one too late and put up the shield for the Sludge Wave. And seeing that it's Sludge Wave, not Gunk Shot, means that my next one I don't have to shield. I know at this point it is a Sludge Wave, but I know I survive. And I know I can farm down. If it was Gunk Shot, then I'm forced to use the second shield, and I just Meteor Mash whatever comes in. That's the Escav. Again, I'm quite happy to come back in. Giratina here. Let through whatever Escav wants to throw at me. Which is an Acid Spray, which is ideal. And Swampert comes in, and I counter swap to Cresselia. So he's just wasted the 50 energy or 55 energy for the Acid Spray. To no avail, didn't get the shield. And Cresselia is now in on Swampert. At this point, even another Earthquake doesn't KO me from here. It's another Hydro Cannon. And I'll get to the Moonblast at the same time they get the Hydro Cannon. So I put up the shield. And throw the Moonblast. Again, looking down at my switch timer as I was in the middle of it, and I know the timer is up, so I can swap out. Throw the Dragon Claw straight away to get rid of Swampert. And then I get to another Dragon Claw with all the energy I had stored up on Giratina, because they're using Acid Spray Escavalier, and I'm able to just farm down. So the next game in the set, I get an Obstagoon lead. Again, very much, if you're running Shadow Claw, Giratina, this is a very bad lead. If you're running Dragon Breath, it's a playable lead. You're going to have to probably outshield your opponent. As you can see here, like the Dragon Breaths are just chunking away and chunking away and chunking away. So let the first Night Slash through just in case to get the attack boost, and you're going to need the shield in the back. And then I tend to let the second one through if there's no buff on the first one. Again, with no buff on the second one, I'd love to be able to let the third one through, but it will just do too much damage. So I throw my Dragon Claw and grab a shield. So at this point, I'm ahead on shield, and I'm ahead on health. But again, Night Slash is just going to do so much that I have to throw that up, and I swap into Clefable, and they get to swap off before they go down. Just try to feint out the Obstagoon, swap into Cress, and at this point, the main goal is just do as much damage as you can with the Clefable on Cresselia. And go, and I grab the Moonblast just before their second Moonblast comes through. Don't get the attack debuff, but that's okay. There's plenty left in Cresselia for Giratina to farm up. But I decided that Cresselia just has that little bit too much energy, so I'm going to go into my own eat the Moonblast, and then swap out. Swap in odds to Goon to try catch a move. Well, I'm just committing to the double farm down. And at this point, Swampert comes in. I throw a Shadow Sneak for some reason. Grabs our last shield, and I can just start Dragon Clawing from here out. Plus, I have Cresselia with a shield in the back, and yeah, I'm quite happy to let Giratina go here. He's done his job. And yeah, that little bit of energy on Cresselia. Confirm up just a little bit over the Moonblast, and I'm okay, even if this is an Earthquake taking it. It's a Hydro Cannon, that's perfect. Throw this Moonblast, and it won't KO the Swampert. And as I get to the next Moonblast, Swampert gets to his next move, and I just throw up the shield, expecting the EQ. It was an EQ, but you have the shield, you might as well use it. There's no point trying to get fancy about it. Winning with shields. Winning is more important than losing with shields. Oh, moving into the next game. And we get a Melmetal lead. And I see this, and I'm not exactly chuffed. Steel type, my whole team doesn't like it. Fantastic. With Giratina, you've got to go Shadow Sneak here. Dragon Breath's going to chip away. Shadow Sneaks are going to do nice little chunks when you get them through. But at this point, I don't understand why Melmetal is farming up so much. It's not as if he's going to double superpower in this position. Just throw the Rock Slides. Not as soon as you get them, obviously, you need to kind of factor in for a swap out. But it doesn't look like I'm swapping out of this matchup anytime soon. Again, Dragon Breath to here. And I know I can survive the Rock Slide. Didn't think it was going to be this close. And then all of a sudden, get a little lag spike. And I have to throw out my shield. And then another lag spike before my Dragon Claw goes through. So he picked up maybe 4 Thunder Shocks there due to lag. And then decides not to shield to come in and farm down with Swampert. Which I wasn't upset with, because I can just come in with Cresselia. And down to shield, Cresselia's bulk. Even the first attack here being Earthquake. I felt I was in a comfortable position. If I can grab the shield back here, and then in comes Zone Cresselia, and I can meet that with Fable. Again, it's going to be a Moonblast. No reason for it not to be. And it gets the attack drop on Fable. And as I get to the second Moonblast, I lose the CMP tie. Doesn't KO, and I get a second attack debuff. So then you get 2 30%ers in a row. That was pretty much the end of this game, I think, at that point. And all the extra farm that Cresselia can get. This point, let the Moonblast through. And I just need to get rid of this Cresselia as soon as I can. Again, on the health I'm on, I get the Cresselia's shield. But with the attack debuff, I know that my only play is to eat that Moonblast, throw one here myself, and hope that I can get to a Moonblast to KO the Swampert in the back. And the Swampert comes back in, I see it as too much health for a Moonblast, but I throw up the shield just to see can I get to the Moonblast in the end. Just as a bit of a science experiment, and it's another CMP tie that I lose. And right on the timer too. Ideal. So, moving into the next game. And this time we get a Charizard lead. So again, Charizard knowing Dragon Claw would seem like a good counter to Giratina. Wait and see. Dragon Breath Giratina with shield in the lead. is an absolute monster. Again, Dragonclaw gets let through. I'll match shielding there. I won't shield this Dragonclaw. Again, it's nearly doing more to the Charizard. And then they bring in their own Giratina. So I throw a Dragonclaw here. And my switch window open, and I'm trying to catch the Dragonclaw on Clefable. And don't get it, but as soon as he throws it, I'll win myself with the Clefable here and eat one more Dragonclaw before the Giratina goes down. The Clefable just bobbing along, waiting to see what comes in. So I shield the Blast Burn here, and then he swaps back out, and I go Moonblast just to try to get the attack debuff. And I don't, but I still do a good chunk of Venusaur's health. Charm will chunk away, even resisted. Frenzy Plant will take him out, but that's okay. I can come in with Cresselia and just Psycho Cut, even though it doesn't do much damage. A couple of Psycho Cuts together adds up nicely. Frenzy Plant doesn't do a lot. Charge up a little bit over the Moonblast, and then throw the Moonblast, cast the shield, and then time it perfectly, sack Giratina. Come back in, and on the Moonblast, throw it into the Venusaur, keeping in mind Charizard is also in the back. Get the attack drop on their shield. So I've put up my own shield here to eat the Frenzy Plant. And then they bring in Charizard trying to catch a move, even though I wasn't at it. And then I throw the Moonblast into the Venusaur on its return to take the game. So, moving into the next game here again, and Giratina is led into Cresselia. Now again, Cresselia knowing Moonblast, it's not an ideal lead to be seen. But I'm happy to eat the first Moonblast. If I get an attack drop, then we'll reassess the way the game is going. I don't get the attack drop, build up a little bit over the Shadow Sneak. And generally when people are leading Cresselia, they'll let the first one through and they'll think about shielding the second one. So I wait until I'm one, maybe two Dragon Breaths underneath the Shadow Sneak. So make them think I have it, throw the Dragonclaw, grab the shield. So I'll shield this Moonblast, and then I will get to the Shadow Sneak before they'll get to the Moonblast, because I baited with the Dragonclaw, grab the next shield, I'll put up another shield myself, and this Moonblast gets the attack drop, so I try and time it, and I get it perfectly, bringing Clefable in to be able to charm them down, and then I need Registeel. So this person is running a very innovative line, and I'll get to Moonblast before Registeel will get to the second Flash Cannon. And my only hope here is that I get the attack drop, which I do. Just because Lock-On does so little damage, I'm able to chunk Registeel down to just outside the red. And at this point, my opponent must be thinking he has it in the bag, he's already got rid of Clefable, he has Registeel here going to take out the Giratina with its Flash Cannon. Little does he know the attack drop means it won't, and the little health I have left, Dragon Breath it down to 1-2 HP, and then Cresselia can Psycho Cut it down before it gets to a move. And then you have Cresselia with energy into Swampert, all shields down. And for the Moonblast into Swampert, again with shields down, Cresselia takes care of Swampert, even Swampert goes double Earthquake, just because Cresselia is just that thick. As you can see, get to the second Moonblast. Attack debuff isn't necessary. Even an Earthquake here at this range doesn't kill Cresselia. And then you're able to Psycho Cut down right onto the Moonblast. So, moving into the final game of these two sets. And again, this time I see Swampert as a lead. Again, I know Dragon Breath Giratina is going to just chunk away. Generally in this matchup, I will not shield the first move. Even if it's an Earthquake, you still have enough with Giratina. And a lot of people will either bail like this and bring in a Feraligatr after I throw a Dragon Claw. Maybe not a Feraligatr, but bring in a separate Mon after I throw a Dragon Claw. Or they'll throw a Hydro Cannon and then bail. Again, Ice Fang isn't doing a lot. I can get Feraligatr into the red, put up one shield, just to preserve the energy I've built up with Clefable. Faint down Feraligatr, and then Swampert comes in with the Hydro Cannon loaded. I'm happy to let Clefable go at this stage. I've got switch back, basically, is all I was trying to do with that shield. And throw the Dragon Claw, grab that shield back. Even at this stage, Earthquake or Hydro Cannon doesn't bother me. They swap out into Poliwrath. I throw a Shadow Sneak. This is probably a mistake in hindsight. Probably should have just gone Dragon Claw. Oh well. You live and you learn. So I come in Cresselia. At this point, I know they definitely have enough for 2 Ice Punches. And they get 2 Ice Punches through. And I get to the Moonblast, and I charge up just a little bit over the Moonblast. It's just to have the extra energy in the back. So they let it through, and I get an extra Psycho Cut. Just to build up the energy even that little bit more. And then throw the Moonblast into Swampert, and they just let it go. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe for more Silph Arena and GoBattle League content. Thank you.